You're listening to the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, Lock Pod. That's Left of Center Podcast, Season 17, Episode 20, coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Powering Indiana Lake County Studios.
We're into the 20s.
Getting close.
Wow.
I was telling Lindsay that on the way in.
3 more episodes after this.
Good morning, Linz.
Before she goes on hiatus.
Hiatus?
Birthing hiatus.
I thought I was quitting.
No, that's in your mind.
You're going to miss a season and you'll be back. You'll start jonesing.
I'm not going to be back.
You'll be jonesing. Like, people will stop talking to you.
Yeah, you'll be like,
I think I'll be okay.
Your people.
Your
like
people. Where are they going to go?
Your people love the
You're like
Notorious
Lady
LMP.
Gaga with your audience.
I'm the most popular, but
and Corinne, who's Corinne going to
to
talk to? You guys have been fucking buddies all season.
I comment on her TikToks. It's fine.
I know.
We have a
so
friendship
you're still gonna
outside
be,
of this.
Oh, okay.
I like it how on Tuesdays, like,
I know.
Your dad and I just kind of sit back and let you
it's
guys.
like the ladies show in the second segment.
It's pretty awesome.
Be your progressive selves. By the way, I heard. I want to talk about this. I heard your dad is a pretty good like emergency services / tow truck saving.
I didn't put it in the notes.
I know you didn't. But
Kevin's off script.
Dad was obviously texting all of his buddies.
No, it wasn't. I talked to Kevin like 5 times a day.
Normally,
every day.
if something like this happens, Brian is going to come and rescue me. But Brian was with me when my car broke down. It's been 5 years since I got my battery replaced. So
I have one of those magical jumpers.
Those things are cool.
They're the best.
They're like almost like a.
I feel like a total stud when you come out and you're like, you hook up. It's like, and the car starts up, and you're like, I did that.
I need to get one of those because I have the old school jumper cables and I'm terrible with those.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, it
didn't work.
No, well, because not only was it just the battery that was having an issue, but I guess the breaker box for the car itself was cracked.
The breaker box.
Her car is
the old breaker box.
It's not that old.
Yeah.
It's been running totally fine for 10 years.
Yeah. You're going to have a little baby come in, and we don't want it to be breaking down with the baby in the car.
I got a new battery, so it's totally fine.
Oh, yeah.
So the new battery, so that was it? So you went out there, tried to jump it,
wouldn't jump? It was a rescue mission at that point.
Yeah, so you had to give us a ride back, and then Marissa's
They were in Crown Point, so I had to pick them up. I drove from Hammond to Crown Point, then drove Lindsay back to Griffith.
He must have been having a bad day at the office because when I called him, he was like, I'm on my way. He just needed to get out.
That's what dads do.
Thank you, Linz. Or thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Like my pregnant daughter calls me
I
up
called
and says,
Marissa, and she was like, no, I'm nowhere near you.
Okay.
Call Dad.
So she calls Dad. Did you? How many seconds before I said I'll be right there?
It was like an immediate.
See,
I didn't even think about it. I wasn't like, God dang, Lindsay, I got tons of work to do. By the way, I did have tons of work to do. I still do have tons of work to do, but I'm like, my pregnant daughter broke down. I'm there. I didn't know Brian was with you.
Dad was in North Hammond, and Marissa was at Byway Brewing.
Well,
Dad came, and Marissa was like, meh.
You were ready?
Yeah.
That's what dads do. I'm with you.
My daughter's pregnant, dude.
Absolutely.
My pregnant daughter, I don't know the situation. She could be on the damn side of the road.
That's right.
I can't have Lindsay on the side of the road.
No, I was in a parking lot, and
the
Brian was
Notorious
trying
LMP.
to keep me from losing my mind.
So, and then I realized Brian was with her. I got out, tried to jump it, didn't jump. I said, get in my car, and then drove back. And then, so I'm driving back to Griffith with Lindsay and Brian, and then Marissa calls me up. My car is broken down.
Wait,
what the fuck is going on? I had shit to do that day too. I'm like, where are you? Byway Brewing.
I just pictured Tom with like rotating yellow lights on the top of his car.
So I drop Lindsay and Brian off in Griffith. I go pick up Marissa. Her key fob is acting up. So we're like, okay, drive her back home. Get a new key fob. Drive back to Byway. Car starts up, and I'm like,
I guess I'm gonna go on with my day now.
Yeah.
When she called us,
3-hour detour.
She's on like the speakerphone in the car. And she hit something like the key fob wasn't working properly and wasn't allowing the car to start. But she somehow hit the sirens. So in the background, you just hear her like hitting the key. It was so stressful
talking to her
on the dashboard.
It's like she's like talking like normal, and in the background, it's like, woo! And I'm like, okay, I'll just talk to you later. Click. I'm like, Jesus, I'll be right there. I'm not going to listen to the siren.
Oh,
though,
that's so funny. All right. Well, good job. You were quite the tow truck driver that day.
If anybody needs help, just call me
give
up.
Tom
City
a call.
Hall.
Drop everything.
I'm available.
I'll be right there.
If it requires more than a jump start, then I'm screwed.
You can give him a ride, though.
Yeah, no problem.
So
I wanted to start off and talk about, we made an announcement on last show about Jelly Roll coming to the Festival of the Lakes.
That was so exciting. And by the way, what a great I mean, there were so many people watching that episode, watching that announcement. So
very well received, by the way. Like we keep stats on our concerts and on how well things sell when we announce them. And previously, before we announced Jelly Roll, the record for a 24-hour ticket, single day ticket sale belonged to Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne in his first 24 hours sold
a lot of tickets.
Let's just call it 110,000 in that ballpark, right? Right? That was about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're talking about, well, I mean, like as far as tickets go, yes, right around there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so Jelly Roll, we announced, we put tickets on sale during the show, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
By 10:50 a.m., he already surpassed Lil Wayne's record.
Think about that.
And then he still
3
had
hours.
21 hours left in the day. He doubled Lil Wayne's ticket sales in 24 hours. This show is going to sell out. So, like, there's people out there playing games right now. Like, there's people calling me, hey, man, you got Jelly Roll tickets, right? No, I do not. There is no list. There's no waiting period. Like, are you going to give discounted tickets? I have no clue. If this thing sells out, no. We're not going to give discounted tickets if this thing sells out.
And the thing
if I can, make money for the taxpayers and help offset the cost of Jelly Roll, I'm going to take every opportunity to do that. So, like, if you're holding out and you want to see this show and you're like, oh, they're going to give in at the last second, you're playing a dangerous game. These tickets prices will double once StubHub gets a hold of them.
I think that's right. And I think that's the thing that I noticed just in internal discussions, the issue is going to be like, okay, not if, but when is gold going to sell out? Because gold is going to sell out.
That's
without a doubt.
There's twice as many sales in gold as in silver. So the expensive ticket
the people
is
that love
selling
Jelly Roll
twice as fast.
Correct.
By the way, if Billy Strings was playing the fest, I'd be buying gold all day long. And
these are Jelly Roll fanatics that are buying them.
So like these tickets, these $150 tickets are going to be worth $500 one secondhand ticket. You mark my words. Now the silver tickets, what's going to happen is gold's going to sell out very soon here. Okay, and when gold sells out, it's out. The only people that besides that get in are the sponsors of the festival. Okay, so it's in the gold section. It's the sponsors of the festival and the people that buy these tickets. There's only like 4,000 of them available
total.
Okay, so now what's going to happen once gold sells out? Everybody wants to go see this concert. It's going to buy the cheaper $100 tickets in silver,
which is still a great place to see the show. But I guess the point here is that if you really want to get in close to see Jelly Roll, buy them now at festivallakes.com because they are. It's not, like I said, it's not if, it's when, Mayor and his team decide gold sold out.
We already know what number. Well, for gold, and then once silver will follow, because everybody then is going to panic.
Yeah,
they're going to buy silver. And then we're going to be locked up.
Yep.
And then you can't talk to me about tickets anymore. It's up to StubHub, Ticketmaster, and all these other people that are going to gouge you on how much they're going to charge. This show's going to sell out. We've seen statistics. Every time Jelly Roll plays a concert, this is how many tickets he sells. He sells more tickets to an average show than we have available. Okay? So this is a dangerous game if you want to go to this show and you're not going to buy your ticket. I'm putting it on the record. We said the same thing last show that I'm saying this show.
No tears to Mayor Tom later.
Dude, I don't care. Like, this is a concert. All right, like Festival of Lakes, the free shows, we have a lot more discretion. This is a concert. So if you want to see Jelly Roll, you better buy your ticket soon.
Yeah, go to festivallakes.com. They're right there. They're available. And like I said, golds are available now, but we could be sitting here next week and they may not be. So,
hey, Lens, what do you think about that? I know, are you a Jelly Roll fan at all?
No.
Right? Are you
WWE star Jelly Roll? He was on wrestling last year.
Oh, he was?
Wow.
The same
That's
guy?
actually what got him into, he lost all that weight, was doing work with the WWE.
Interesting.
Yeah, jumping off the top rope is...
He was in WrestleMania, actually, yeah.
No kidding.
He was one of their celebrities, because every
year
they
ever
do
play
a couple
music while he did it? Let me bust out a song before we get to... No?
And you love WWE, right?
That was
I do like wrestling. I've never listened to any of his music, so...
Jay Vez, what's your thoughts on this?
Major win for Hammond.
Oh, yeah.
Getting Jelly Roll.
I don't know any of his songs personally, but I'm looking forward to it.
I don't either, but I know it's going to be a massive show.
I heard he's a great concert. It's a great concert to see. Right?
Heard same. Yeah, I think the interesting thing to me about the whole rollout and everything was that there was a lot of people telling you this is going to do really well, Mayor, and it did. And that's what I'm impressed about is like this guy can sell tickets. So very cool.
Between Jelly Roll and all this Bears talk, I mean, Hammond's
on
a
fire.
Generational run.
We need that little flame, the little flame emoji.
Yes,
fire emoji.
Exactly.
Right? Pretty cool.
Hey, we talked about this last show, and I read the Wall Street Journal, and the Wall Street Journal had a story yesterday about oil. Oil did something over the weekend that I've never seen. I've been watching the markets for a long time. The price
expensive.
No, what happened was, because it's a prelude to what happens at the pumps, Lindsay, is what happens with the price of a barrel of oil, okay? Barrel of oil before all this stuff started in the Midwest, let's just call it like $60 a barrel, okay? Maybe even a little bit lower, 55. It was incredibly low. In America, Yeah, and for a few years. I mean, it's been really stable, the oil market.
It's been in a short, like a small window.
And this is while Ukraine and Russia are fighting. Usually war drives up the cost of oil, but that one, and America has become somewhat energy independent because of, Venezuela is even supplying us with oil now. But like what we did with fracking, and, we get a lot of our oil from Canada now, and we frack it right here in the Midwest, and it gives us plenty of oil. Like America is actually pretty energy independent in that regard.
Yeah, and all the crude that comes from way up north, that real thick crude that comes down from Canada. Yeah,
fracking.
Oh, I thought fracking was for natural gas in North Dakota.
No, fracking is. I'm pretty sure fracking is when they get that real thick crude and they have to break it up to get the oil out.
Okay,
you can Google this.
Well, let's do it. Let's make sure.
I thought, right. Whatever. But I mean, I think we're talking about the same thing. There's this thick crude that comes down from northern Canada.
It goes to BP. Funny enough.
Yeah, $3 billion upgrade at BP and Whiting.
It's extracting oil and gas.
All right, we're both right.
All
right, I like that.
It's real dirty though. I know the environmentalists.
It's like horrendous on the environment.
Right, the environmentalists hate fracking, but and then we have plenty of extra oil, so we don't have to rely on the Midwest. I mean, on the Mideast as much. So.
And you're saying that kind of helped keep the price of oil per barrel down.
Because America is a big user of oil, and if we're, it makes the demand go down because we have plenty of supply right here, So like China right now is another big user of oil. Obviously, they have 1 billion people that live there. But so anyway, the price of oil, let's just say for a long time it's been 50, 55, 60 in that ballpark. What happened after we struck Iran, it spiked up to, over the weekend, it got up to $120 a barrel. That's like double the price. And then, so I was like talking to Marissa on Sunday. I'm like, the price of oil is $120 a barrel. And I don't think she's like, oh, okay, honey. And I was just like, oh my God, this is going to like wreak havoc on the market. And we talked about it last week, but it spiked over the weekend. And then by the time the market closed yesterday, it already spiked down to 90. But the price of oil is spiking back and forth. And one of the interesting things about the strike on Iran is Iran launched all these defensive responses, basically, and they hit a bunch of surrounding countries, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain. Saudi Arabia, right? But they weren't just indiscriminately striking these areas. They were hitting refineries.
Yeah, I saw a refinery in Bahrain. Well, I think they know. I think the strategy is like, okay, how are we going to hit the U.S. hard? We're going to hit them economically, and the way to do that is to make gas prices go up, right?
And another thing that they're doing, we talked about in the last show, is the Strait of Hormuz, which is you have the Persian Gulf. And then you have basically Iran to the north, and you have Saudi Arabia to the south, and it squeezes down into the Straits of Hormuz. And it's literally Iran makes it their mission to control. It's only like 50 mile wide, which is not very wide in the overall scheme of things, especially when you're talking super tankers, right?
Yep.
And they're like, any civilian craft that goes through there, we're going to sink it.
I read yesterday, 95% of the traffic through the Strait of Hormuz is not happening. 95%.
Right.
And 20% of the world's oil goes through there.
Right. And there's something like 10% of the entire ocean-going fleet is stuck in the Persian Gulf right now because they can't get out.
They're too afraid to go through.
You can't go north because it's land, and if the only way to go south is through the Straits of Hormuz. So they're just sitting there idle. These all have crews on them. These people are basically stuck, and then you have ships outside of the Straits of Hormuz that need to get into the Persian Gulf. They can't get in there. So you have, let's call it 10 to 20% of our entire ocean-going fleet just sitting there because they can't get through the Straits of Hormuz.
I wonder how long it would take to go. What's below South Africa, Cape of Good Horn or Good Hope?
Yeah,
or whatever,
it takes
right?
a lot longer.
You'd be cruising for a long time. And just to give you an
idea,
that's
their option. That's the only other option they have.
Well,
that would be a long
isn't
way.
like maritime wise, like going around South Africa is super, super dangerous.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's like really turbulent, massive waves.
Yeah. What do they call that?
It's a
Drake Passage or something
Drake
like
Passage.
that.
There you go. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, Cape of Good Hope. I think.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing about gas prices, I was reading this that, like Tom said, when gas is about 60 to 80 a barrel, that translates into national average U.S. gas prices around $2.50 to $3.50.
And we're already above that.
And historically, a rule of thumb for economic analysis of gas prices is that a $10 increase in the price of a barrel of crude oil translates into roughly 20 to 25 cents more per gallon. So at $110 a barrel, you're talking about $3.80 to $5 a gallon, depending where you live.
So let's talk about the stock market now. Let me tell you something, guys. I follow this closely. The stock market right now expects the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates, okay? And it's already built into the stock price. It's baked in because Trump is appointing his new Fed chair. I believe in May his new Fed chair takes over, and his new Fed chair is totally, he is totally subservient to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump wants rate cuts. You can't cut interest rates when inflation is rising. It's actually exactly the opposite what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to tap down inflation by raising interest rates, right? But right now what we have is the price of gas skyrocketing, and gas is in everything, guys. It's in everything we manufacture. It's in our produce because they have to drive our produce to us.
Transportation.
Airplane costs, transportation. It makes everything. And when gas is out of control, which it's about to get out of control, everything gets more expensive. And when everything gets more expensive, guys, the last thing the Federal Reserve can do is lower interest rates. Yep. So when the stock market realizes interest rates aren't going down, watch out below. That's all I'm telling you. I got defensive yesterday, and I was offensive for probably the last year, and I've done very well. I got defensive yesterday. After I read the Wall Street Journal, I'm like, this sucker's going down. And I've said this before, guys, but unless this war stops and we get control on the price of oil, you better protect yourself and your 401ks. It's coming.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you an idea, and the gas prices are already going up. They said and even in the Times today, the local paper, gas prices soar in region. I was just looking at Iowa, and the average a week ago, this is March, Iowa gas prices as of March 9th. Average a week ago, $2.63. Average a month ago, $2.56. So pretty stable. Average a year ago, $2.95. Okay. State average now, $3.20.
And that's not even
We were
the
at
full
287 the day before we launched against Iran. I filled my tank up, and I was like, well, I got to make this last.
Yeah.
And then I'm driving in Crown Point, and it's like, what, 350? Yeah, 350 around there.
The highest increase is Indiana, wasn't it? I read that.
Oh, really? I didn't read that. That's
Kevin and I were doing something yesterday. You know the price of a gallon of gas in Indiana? You're paying 70-something cents a gallon.
Yeah. 74
That's
cents a
unbelievable,
gallon.
dude. That blows me away.
It's way up there.
So, like,
in
I
taxes.
know,
Yeah, taxes.
So, like, if we're paying $3.50, like Lynn says, okay, take 75 cents of that, approximately.
$2.75.
That goes to the state of Indiana for every gallon you pump. So if the state of Indiana said, listen, we don't need any tax on gas, they could lower the price of gas down to $2.75 a gallon right now. But instead, you have to pay your 7% sales tax on it, and you also have to pay a gas tax, which is extreme.
Part of it's a federal tax, 18 cents. So,
but it's worth it because the roads in Indiana are just fantastic.
It's great shit.
No, I'm not going hard on Indiana Republicans right now because they did not redistrict. I'm still proud of them.
That's interesting.
I'm so proud of them.
Last night, Kevin and I were at Danny Z's getting ready for the show, and we run into Senator Durnell, right?
Yeah, we did.
Really?
And Kevin and I both told him what a great guy he was and how brave he was for standing up. And I know for a fact he's got a Trump-backed opponent. And I know, he's probably nervous. I don't know if he's nervous or not, but I tell you what, for what it's worth, Senator Dan, you did a great job, and you should be very proud of yourself because there's like books written about people that do brave things and lose their career. It's called Profiles in Courage.
Yeah, and I hope
written by John Kennedy, by the way.
And I think Senator Durnell, number one, he's great for the region. I mean, like regardless of party, he has been there for like just region issues, right? And I think I'm sure he's afraid. He's got Turning Point USA against him, Trump against him. And he's trying to save his seat. So we'll see what happens in the primary. But it was good to see him last night.
I read, too, all those people that Trump got in the race just got invited to, the White House or something.
Whatever.
But God bless
They're
him.
going to have some McDonald's.
Yes.
Yeah, Trump, I did that. We're going to put up those Trump, I did that stickers on the gas pumps.
Yeah, throw that
Kevin?
up, bro. Yeah, John, let's go to these videos real quick. The first video is somebody... This is a tweet. Oh, I remember so well. Trump said no new wars. Well, he lied. Gas prices up 17%. This is a guy who was tearing off a Trump sticker from somebody's car, and this is what he said.
Yeah, this is interesting. Crazy. Let me play this.
Set off
you can't hear it at
person's
first.
Car or his own car.
Yeah, I couldn't. There's a Trump sticker coming off. Here's what he says. Hold on.
What?
How the fuck can we take America back when these cocksuckers don't even fucking support us?
He's holding a Trump. He's holding a Trump sticker when he says that.
Yeah, and
looks like a guy that voted for Trump. To be honest with you,
for sure. Down
south. If that guy walked up to me and said, "Do you think I voted for Kamala or Trump?" I would say I think you voted for Trump, and I'd probably be right. And now he's tearing the bumper sticker off.
Yeah, and then here's another one. This is interesting, John. You got that second video. This is
no sound on this one.
No sound on this, but this is interesting.
I want those stickers. Let's get them. Let's just order
It's someone putting a sticker. I don't even remember.
But they did that shit with Biden.
With Biden, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and they did it with Barack Obama. They did it
Yeah.
with everybody. That's basically they make it. And by the way, the spike in the price of gas is definitely because Donald Trump bombed Iran. I mean, so like, did he do that himself? I mean, he made the decision to bomb Iran, and the price of gas is going to spike because of it. So I think it's fair.
And what did he say about that? There's a tweet here. Tom, you want to read that?
I don't know.
On Truth Social.
Yeah, it's like just be consistent if you're going to post this stuff at the pumps.
Yeah. And here's what our president said on Truth Social. Short-term oil prices, which will drop rapidly when the destruction of the Iran nuclear threat is over, is a very small price to pay for USA and world safety and peace. In all capital letters, only fools would think differently. President DJT.
One of my favorite songs by the Steely Dan is "Only a Fool Would Say That."
I like that song.
It's a great song. It reminds me of our president.
Only fools would think differently.
Only a fool would say that, President Trump. So, all right, let's do real quick. I wanted to follow up last show. We had Greg Ballard talked about how Greg Ballard was going to run as an independent. We talked about how important that was. If he's creating a new party, that's a real important thing. There would be a fourth party in Indiana by a Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, and it would be the independent party if Greg Ballard did this the right way. And then we sort of expressed concern about the number of signatures that he had to give. And I think, Kevin and I were talking about how we had to do 4,500 when I ran for U.S. Senate, and Greg Ballard has to do 37,000. And both of us basically threw some shade on that, saying he's not going to get it.
That's real hard, especially when you don't have a party behind you. Like, it's not like you can go and say, "Hi, I'm the Republican candidate for whatever."
In fact, Kevin, the Republican Party is sort of clamping down on Ballard right now, right?
This was really interesting. The chair of the Delaware County GOP, his name's Tim Overton, and just to give you a geographic reference here, Delaware County is where Muncie is, right? So Muncie, it's eastern side of Indiana. He came out and said, anyone openly supporting an independent who has plans to run for anything in the future needs to consider our state party rules on this before acting. Basically, a veiled threat that you could be. The rules he's referring to say openly campaigning for or supporting a candidate running against a Republican nominee can be grounds for a challenge to standing in the Republican Party. So basically, he's saying, hey, be careful. If you're a Republican, you're going to vote for Ballard instead of Diego or whoever our candidate is and our Republican candidate is. We're going to put you in bad standing with the Republican Party.
Well, like if you're a Republican, one day you plan to run for something, maybe precinct committee, or maybe you want to run for elected office, and you're on Ballard's signature as one of his 37,000 certified signatures, you're risking your future, is what they're saying, right?
I think within like a party position, or like you said, as precinct committeeman or delegate, they can knock you off. I don't think they could stop you from running for a regular office as long as you're voting, two primaries.
Right, if you covered yourself by voting Republican.
In the primaries, right. So, and this would be in the general, so they may not be able to even tell if you support it
in the general, they wouldn't be able to tell.
Right. So, but this is just interesting to me because it's like, okay, now the GOP's coming out against Ballard because they're
scared.
I think they're scared of a third party candidate.
He's going to, like we said last show, he's not going to pull Democrats away from Bai or Blythe.
No.
He's going to pull Republicans away from Diego. And it's going to doom Diego. It's going to doom Ballard because he's not going to win. And it's going to be the Democratic nominee, Bo or Blythe, that wins the Secretary of State race if there's a third party. But I'm going to say something right now. I just because I'm reading all this stuff about, oh, my gosh, there's going to be 3 people running. It's going to be this great race. I'm going to tell you right now. What's the date? March 10th.
Here we go.
2026.
Mark it down.
Okay?
Yeah.
Greg Ballard will not qualify as an independent. He will not be on the ballot in November statewide. That's Mayor Tom's prediction, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he doesn't have the Republican Party helping him get 37,000 signatures. I don't think he's going to have the Democratic Party helping him get 37,000 signatures. And without that support system to help you get them, he's on his own. And there's no way in hell Greg Ballard on his own is going to get 37,000 signatures before the deadline to be on the November ballot. I'm telling you right now.
I'll sign his petition.
I'm telling you right now, Lindsay, he won't make it. He's not going to be on the ballot because he doesn't have the support system and he doesn't have the muscle to get 37,000 signatures. That's my prediction.
And that's a shame because I really think that we would benefit from multiple
I agree, but he's not going to. I'm telling you, there's no way.
I'm getting real tired of choosing between Democrat and Republican, honestly.
Rainwater.
Yeah, there you go. Go Libertarian. But it's interesting, right? Because I think...
Do you think I'm right, Kevin?
I think 37,000 signatures is a big, heavy lift.
So do you think I'm right?
I think you're...
He's being a mediator. Right
no,
now.
I think it's going to be real tough to get those. I think you're right. If he doesn't get them, he's not on the ballot.
I'm going to say he's going to get them because he's going to have
Democrats helping?
I do.
Yeah.
I the more I think about
Democrats
this,
are going to go out of their way to like let him come into our meetings and like let him have access to the hundreds of people that show up to our events. Because if that's the case, I feel better about it. But I don't see that. I don't see the Democrats doing that.
I don't think they're going to like bring him in like that. But I think they may. Who knows? Maybe they have volunteers. Maybe they have people that would go out and help. And by the way, here's Bo Bai. He did this over the weekend. It was a fundraising text. But this is what he says. He said, "Hey there, it's Bo Bai. Wanted to quickly update you on the state of the Secretary of State race here in Indiana. 1, an independent candidate just jumped into the race. 2, a newly released poll shows me winning a 3-way race by 3%. And then he wants to ramp up fundraising. So, but that's interesting, right? Because they're already taking that tack that in a 3-way race, we know
it certainly helps Bo,
without a doubt.
Or excuse me,
yeah, Bo or Blythe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It certainly helps the Democratic nominee, whoever emerges from the convention. Okay, if Greg Ballard is on the ballot, Diego loses.
Yep.
And the Democrats win finally another statewide race.
Be interesting.
It would be interesting.
Yeah.
So
I'm
going to ask Corinne what she thinks about that. So I'm going to put it on the radar.
Yeah,
I want Corinne to tell me if I'm right or wrong on this one. If Greg Ballard will qualify with 37,000 certified signatures before September.
Yeah, August, I think. August, something like that.
There's no way.
I got to find out what that deadline is.
There's no way in hell he's going to get that. There's no way. That's my thought.
August, September.
Anyway,
something like that.
See, we got through the first topics, guys. You guys doubted us. We got
by
through
8 a.m.
Let's do some ads, and when we come back, we're going to do some straight talk with Corinne Straight. So hang on, and we'll be back in a few. Power in Indiana, Lake County, our premier and studio sponsor. Power in Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Power in Indiana, Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Powering Indiana, Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Burning room floor. Hiring a full-time marketing manager is costly, but what if you didn't need to? At the Branding Room Floor, we are your marketing department, providing marketing strategy, creative design, web development, full brand management, and more, all for less than the cost of a single employee. We are the region's award-winning full-service marketing agency, partnering with businesses and organizations that want complete marketing department results without the overhead. So stop doing it yourself or delegating to unqualified employees. Get the support, expertise, and partnership of a full marketing team with the Branding Room Floor. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com to get started today.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who is in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-5544-LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
I feel like Calumet Brewing wrote this ad based on me. I do. Check this out.
Okay.
Or me.
Okay, it could be us. If you made it through dry January and free from alcohol February, and then you gave up drinking for Lent, come on, that's what I'm doing here. Don't worry.
They're talking right to you.
There's other options, Mayor Tom. Calumet Brewing has all kinds of alcohol-free beer options that Mayor Tom could enjoy. Like, for instance, Mayor
They did write it for you.
Michelob Ultra Zero is a superior alcohol-free beer that has 29 calories, 6.5 carbs, and a new lime-flavored option. For those that love craft brews, try the new Golden Rome Mango Cart NA or Elysian Easy Dust IPA. Don't forget about Stella Artois 0.0, which is brewed to give the import drinker a perfectly balanced alcohol-free beer. With so many great non-alcoholic beer options, keep your dry January rolling through Lent, Mayor Tom, and it's never been easier for those that love beer. Enjoy beers and cheers responsibly.
You know, you don't really drink, period, so why are you giving it up for Lent? I feel like that's kind of a cop-out.
I used to drink a lot.
I think he
I don't want to make it sound bad.
Not lately.
I
used to have a problem, okay?
Well, but like the last year or so, you've been really cutting back, so it's
part of the reason I do. It's because I give it up for Lent.
And by the way, I think it's once you give it up for Lent, it's easy for me to give up.
I agree.
Keep it rolling into the
like
springtime.
A few years ago, I gave up crack during Lent, and I haven't done it since.
Haven't gone back.
I just rolled right into
crack-free April
life.
In May.
Hi, Corinne. How's it going?
There's our title.
Hey, crack-free 2026.
Yes.
Dude, I'm clean in 26. So.
Let's see that shirt. It says, "This Hoosier values
reproductive health."
With a corn cob.
Yeah.
in the middle of an ovary.
I love it. I love it. I like it's green too. 'Tis the season.
I like it.
Yeah, I love
so one of my
that is a good shirt.
I never knew I was gonna. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. A corn cob in the middle of an ovary.
It's not in the middle of an ovary. It's
no,
in between
it's the
two.
corn
I'm sorry.
cob is the uterus.
Oh my God! Yeah.
See, that's
Yeah.
what I. What do I know?
Fallopian.
I know.
Yeah.
These are men.
All right.
We got to explain anatomy to
I'm blushing. I don't blush on Lockpod ever.
Two
So.
of these have kids. They should know better.
Yeah. I don't have a uterus though.
My uterus was a Workin.
Oh boy, here we go.
I think that might be the show title.
No, I mean, all of us need to thank uteruses every day because we wouldn't be here without them.
Uteruses
Thank you.
come from uteruses.
That's right.
What's the plural of uterus? Lindsay?
Uteri.
Uteri.
I mean,
Uteruses is way more fun to say.
I know.
So I donned my this Hoosier Values Reproductive Health shirt today from it's from Healthcare Education and Training, HCET, which is an organization in Indianapolis that provides judgment-free healthcare advice, training. They can teach you how to teach comprehensive sex education, judgment-free. Go to them if you have questions. It's a really interesting organization. And a friend from mine that I graduated from high school with, we went to Concord, which is why I chose the shirt in green, because those are our colors. He works for them now. So I ran into him at an event a while ago and I said, I love your organization. I had no idea you were there. So yeah, I get to sport this shirt now.
Very nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I put it on for this morning because I knew as soon as I saw this story come out on Thursday, this is what I was going to talk about.
Nice.
That's good.
Which is so nice. Like my old TV producer brain, like I know you guys know, like the stress of like, I got to get my
What am I
stories.
going to talk about? Yeah.
To have it like 5 days in advance.
That's
like
awesome.
easy,
Golden.
right?
Great
Thank
weekend.
You. That's great.
Yeah, great weekend. So this story has 3 things that y'all would never think go together. Okay. Good news for reproductive health care in Indiana.
No way.
Boom. Right?
Okay.
So, of course, it's getting challenged and it's getting appealed by effing Todd. But okay, we'll get there. So,
Munster's very own.
Effing
That's right. The region.
fucking Todd. So, a few years ago, when Roe was overturned at the Supreme Court level, Indiana passed its near total abortion ban. So that has been in place since it tied up in court a little bit, but really since August 2023, near total ban in the state of Indiana.
Right in the middle of my election for U.S. Senate.
It was all happening in 22. Yeah, for
it
sure.
happened in 22, and then it got
Perfect.
jammed up in court. And, Right.
Perfect timing, right?
Right.
So it's always been interesting to me because I am somebody that, especially getting my degree, an area that I study a lot is, church versus state, religious freedom, the wall, what that really means, how it's applied, not only in the U.S., but in different countries, kind of how that works, where the line is.
Okay.
And so every time I've read these laws, I've always questioned, why is this being determined based on a very specific definition coming out of Christianity? Some people say it really is coming from the Catholic Church, and then evangelicals kind of adopted it. But this idea that soon as sperm hits egg, that's a person.
Right.
That's life. That is a religious interpretation. It's not based in any science. And there are other religions like Judaism, for example, that do not believe that. They do not believe, there is nothing in their doctrine, there is nothing in their modern interpretation of teachings, there's nothing in the Torah, etc., that is when life happens.
Okay.
So there is a biblical definition. I don't know if it's Old or New Testament. It might be Old because the Torah also has it, that life is at first breath. So the Jews always prioritize the person, the living person, above the potential for life.
Gotcha.
Because they recognize the mother as an essential part of the family. And her health comes first, whether that's physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, etc. If she is not equipped in any of those areas to have a child or have another child, Judaism prioritizes her. So based on Indiana's Religious Freedom Restoration Act, the RFRA that we all remember.
RFRA, yeah, wow.
RFRA.
Governor
Holy
Pence,
cow.
which
Governor
led
Pence.
to his basically
Potential demise, and then he got
expert-
rescued.
Yeah,
Yes. He got scooped up to the VP,
he
right?
did.
And then
Scooped
that
up. He was about to get run out.
Yeah.
went down
Luckiest
in
guy in
flames.
politics.
Yeah. So the Hoosier Jews for Choice, and along with 2 anonymous plaintiffs, were represented by the ACLU and challenged Indiana's abortion ban based on RFRA.
Okay.
Because RFRA, by design, by those who wrote it, really thought it was only going to apply to their definition of Christianity.
And that was passed in response to gay marriage at the time, right?
Yes, that was a nationwide. There are other states that have RFRAs as well, but Indiana's is much more.
But that's why Pence was doing it initially, right?
Yes,
Okay.
because of the
Forgot about that.
cake, the bakery.
Yes.
the
Right.
bakery,
That's
and
right.
that
That's
was
right.
the
That's
thing.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. So that businesses would have the right to discriminate against gay
Based
couples,
on religion.
basically. Right, based on
Yes.
religion. Gotcha.
Yes. So, so because of Indiana's RFRA law, the way that it's written, it is not specific to Christianity, although those who wrote it really thought that it would be.
Okay.
So there was a temporary injunction issued a few years ago when this case first went to court. So technically, for the last 3 years, if you could show your religious objection, whether you are a Jew, an atheist, whatever your belief structure is, that this ban violates your sincerely held beliefs, you could get an abortion. Now, it was at very limited areas. It was very closely guarded information.
Okay.
There's now a permanent injunction. So the judge made that temporary injunction permanent on Thursday and said that you cannot only prioritize one religion within freedom of religion.
So you're
And so
saying
really-
before this, if you were Jewish and you cited RFRA, you could get an abortion in Indiana.
Yes, at very
And
limited places.
now the judge said you can't prioritize one religion over everybody else.
So now that injunction is permanent, so you can do that now. Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
interesting.
So if you can demonstrate
big
you're
news.
sincerely-
That's a hell of a loophole. I like that.
It's a hell of a loophole. And this debate for me has always been an interesting one, because what we have seen, and there is now some substantial research that is coming out that is showing abortion bans are actually reversing the trend of declining infant and maternal mortality. So for decades in the United States, we had a decline in
Right.
both of those metrics. In states with bans, post 2022, that trend has been reversed, and we are now seeing infant and maternal mortality go up. And
So basically there's some women having babies because of that ban that aren't equipped to care for the baby, and as a result, more babies are dying as a result of that. True.
So that's part of it. Part of it is a fetus that is diagnosed with something fatal,
There you go.
unable to access an abortion in the right amount of time. So you are just forced to deliver a baby that
And
Not gonna
it's
survive.
Basically,
It's not
it's
gonna
doomed.
survive.
Right.
It's yes.
And
The other piece of that puzzle is because of Todd's fervent, litigious nature, and the way that he went after the doctor out of Indianapolis when the 10-year-old came over to get, which is still fucking unbelievably horrifying, that a 10-year-old was impregnated via rape and had to come to Indiana to get an abortion. And Todd Rokita, whatever he does in the rest of his life, this tells me who he is. He used that opportunity to make a political stand. And the doctor that performed that, again, on a 10-year-old, why is your ire not at the predator, but at the doctor?
Right.
Still has, she's moved several times.
Yeah.
She's still
I met her.
practicing in Indiana.
When I met her, she had like guards.
security, yeah.
Yes, same. When I met her as well.
And
Yeah.
the attorney general went after her license.
Right. Well, yeah, she was
So,
suspended for like a year.
She went after her license. So, and is our attorney general going to appeal this this ruling.
Yes, and he already appealed. They appealed immediately.
So basically, it's not, you cannot get an abortion based on this currently because it's got to work its way through the appeal.
Well, no, I think the injunction holds unless they stay the injunction. So right now, the permanent injunction allows there to be a religious exemption for abortion.
So if you're Jewish, then
if you're Jewish and you raise this exemption,
what if you're Christian?
Well, I think it depends on you. It's like what held beliefs.
Sincerely held beliefs. If you can demonstrate,
could you lie? If you're a Christian woman,
I mean, I think that
I was just thinking that, Tom. Seriously,
I am not
you
a
could.
person of faith,
right?
But my sincerely held belief is that I am already caring for my 2 children, and I would be unable financially. I'm also 43. I would be unable financially to provide for another child. Therefore, I'm not endangering the well-being of my 2 other children by bringing another life into this world.
Okay.
So you just say I'm Jewish.
No, I don't think that. I think it has to be there could be Christians that don't have those sincerely held beliefs. I think the danger is like if you have to sign an affidavit, you could be putting yourself in legal.
You do have to sign an affidavit,
right? And then also
you start going to church.
And then also I think that what this does is, it really puts, to me, what it does and continues to do is puts healthcare providers in a very dangerous position because remember, healthcare providers can be prosecuted for performing an abortion.
End up like the doctor that we were talking
and then
about.
Even worse now it's like felony and you lose your license. And so I think healthcare providers are the ones that are like, whoa, what do you mean I'm going to perform this abortion because you say that you have a sincerely held belief, right? So that it always puts healthcare providers in a real big trick bag. I'll look forward to watching this go through the courts, but right now we have an injunction, and I'll be curious to see whether or not the Attorney General files for a stay of that injunction while it's on appeal. So
yes, and that's I'm looking for that as well. I haven't seen anything yet, but Todd's social media post on this, which going back to those studies that I mentioned, he is still emphasizing Indiana's commitment to protecting life. And when we actually look at the facts on the table, when we look at healthcare providers leaving the state, when we look, Indiana has had a dramatic decline in OBGYNs practicing in Indiana. Clinics are closing as a result of the one big bucket of bullshit bill. Indiana has 12 additional rural hospitals that are at risk for closing when Medicaid cuts go in. So people... there was a woman in Fort Wayne a couple of years ago who had an ectopic pregnancy, went to the hospital nearest to her. She was 26 years old, married, had a 1-year-old at home. Ectopic pregnancy is when the fertilized egg implants in the fallopian tube. It's not viable. And if it explodes, it kills you.
Wow.
And she went to one hospital that was closest to her house. She's in Fort Wayne. They would not treat her. They referred her to another hospital. She died at that hospital.
It's happening
because it's happening everywhere. So that's where I think the rub here between what life are you willing to protect.
Right.
And there is a beautiful piece. I will encourage people to go read it. It's from a pastor. I believe he's out of Alabama. He wrote it several years ago. And I've read it many, many times, and each time it brings me to tears. But he talks really beautifully about how convenient it is to advocate for the unborn. They are not a demographic that demands anything of you. They don't need your tax dollars. They don't need your food. They don't need your housing. They don't need a job.
They don't vote.
They don't vote. It's a very convenient demographic to advocate for. And he frames it as his duty in the Christian faith to care for those of us that are here and the children that are here. And he cites several ways that has not been carried out by the same people who claim to value this form of life. So I do think it's really, really interesting. It's going to come down to interpretation of RFRA. I'm reading it.
We're going to follow this. Let's see that T-shirt one more time before we let you go. Here we go.
All right.
This Hoosier Values Reproductive Health.
I need to get me one of them shirts.
And the website is hcet.org.
All right,
and it's
John
healthcare education training. They're out of Indianapolis. They do great work.
Great.
Good job. Thanks.
John will put that in chat for sure.
Thanks for some straight talk. We always appreciate you, Chris.
This is my favorite
Corinne.
part of the week.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know the audience loves it too. So thank you very much.
Thanks,
it's great
Corinne.
to talk to you, and I'll see you next Tuesday.
All right.
Thanks.
See you, Corinne.
Yes, ma'am.
Later.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
There's Corinne Straight.
Straight talk. Let's go ahead and do some ads, and when we come back, we got an update on Mayor
we got
Tiff.
some great updates.
We're going to talk about the LA Marathon, the Russian ray gun, and ice vehicles. So
sitting in storage.
And John doubted we're going to get through this next segment in time, and we're going to do it.
We're going to power.
We're going to power through some cool-ass stories, so hang with us. We'll be back. Let's do some MCR Partners first. MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they are your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products, services, and including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout the Chicagoland and Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you. Hablamos Español.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room, an outdoor patio serving its award-winning craft beer, chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. The brewing equipment and production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their amazing food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Let them show you that customer service is their top priority. Check out more at bywaybrewing.beer. I am going to lunch there soon.
I went there yesterday.
Oh,
I was there 2 days ago.
Man. And
look at us
of
taking
course,
care of one of the sponsors. Good job, guys.
It's hard not to. That place, I never have a bad meal there.
Executioner's song.
Nice.
Money, money, money.
I love it.
Yeah. Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 40-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Tortilla Nueva Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortilla Nueva Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de
There it
todo
is. Dance,
corazón.
Lindsay.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia. De todo corazón.
Thanks to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
All right. Here we go.
Go. This is crazy.
Mayor, we've been doing mayors this season. I noticed. Mayor's acting badly, and
this is nuts, right, John?
The queen of mayors acting badly is our North Star on Lock Pod.
She's wilding out again.
Mayor Tiffany.
Our North Star. Mayor Tiff's back.
We love Mayor Tiff. She gave us plenty of content in
How
previous
can you
season.
not?
I do. I'm a fan. I want to meet her in real life.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Shake her hand and say
I don't
thank
think
you.
she's gonna be
Thank you
nice
for all
to
the
you.
content.
I
have a
think we've
feeling
helped
she's
make her.
aware of you,
We made her immortal. Yeah, we had.
and she's
remember,
probably not a fan.
we had those two ladies in here that worked for her, and they
Yes.
were ripping her ass up.
And we've been out and about, and people have come up to us and said, "I love all the Mayor Tiff stuff."
Well, for those of you that love Mayor Tiff stories,
There's more.
here's
The
here's
gift
another.
that keeps on giving.
So, update on litigation for Mayor Tiff. She's been surrounded by controversy over the years, as you all know. She's been now ordered by a judge to pay $10,000 in a civil case involving unpaid rent and damages in a property dispute. This was she owned her home, and she also had a stabbing cabin going.
I
right?
don't know if it was that, but it was a rental.
So, according to court records, the judge ruled Henyard owes the money after a landlord claimed she failed to pay rent and left the property with damage.
Think about this. So, you got a mayor who basically is a bad tenant and
Yeah.
Doesn't pay rent.
Why
It's
do you
a
have a
deadbeat? It's
Totally.
come on.
And why do you have an extra
Who
little
knows?
cabin there?
Well,
You had a little cabin in
she had
in
a
Dolton.
security detail. I mean, who knows why she had that?
So the court sided with the landlord and ordered Henyard to pay roughly $10,000.
She had her own DJ.
But but that's not the story. The real story is this. It was a little nugget buried in this story.
All right.
Don't call it a comeback. Let's just say that. What? Despite all of that, Mayor Tiff is reportedly attempting a political comeback, but not in Illinois. She's done with Illinois. She's done with the media here. She's moving to Georgia. Yeah, that's right. Reports say that Mayor Tiffany, the former Mayor Tiffany, has filed paperwork to run for a seat in the Fulton County Commission, which governs the Atlanta area.
Oh, wait, isn't she still like trustee of Thornton Township?
No, I think she lost that.
That term's over too?
Yeah,
really?
There's a new dude that's trustee.
Oh, wow.
I keep up.
All right.
Mayor Tiff.
So wait, how did she get to Georgia so fast? And now she's running for Fulton County Commissioner.
Well, she's somewhat
I wonder if
famous.
they've caught up to her now.
Well, the thing is, they're obviously paying attention because how does the Chicago media know that she filed in Fulton County?
Right.
Unless somebody from Fulton County knew who she was and said, hey, Mayor Tiff's coming over here.
That's crazy.
Don't call it a comeback. So basically, this is the same public official who just lost a mayor's race. She's dealing with court judgments and has been the subject of multiple investigations. I mean, which is no fun, I'm sure. She's now trying to start over politically in another state.
Wow.
Whether Georgia voters know the full backstory remains to be seen, but it's certainly one of the more unusual political comeback attempts you'll hear about.
I hope she brings her DJ with her down there for an event.
With the gold microphone.
Yes. And didn't she have like a stuffed animal? Like with the DJ or something? Oh,
yeah?
man. I please bring the DJ, Mayor Tiff.
Okay.
I gotta give her credit because she just like doesn't care, man.
She is shameless.
I get one life, and I'm just
honestly,
gonna.
it's kind of respectable.
I don't know.
It's like,
I wish
it's
for
like,
that level of cavalierness.
It reminds me. It's like it reminds me of like being Instagram famous or being Facebook famous. She's famous, so she's like, I'm going to take this notoriety and I'm going to go to another
Keep
part.
rolling.
And she sort of figured out, how to win elections. I mean, and she's figured out how to lose them too.
She knows how to, and she lost bad.
I can't wait.
80-20.
I can't wait to see what kind of trouble she gets into down in Fulton County. You thought Dolton was bad.
Yeah.
It's a much bigger budget. She's like, all the shit we could do down here. This is
Dalton's
why was I
nothing.
in Dalton?
That's right.
Dalton's where the Pope's from.
That's right.
So true.
Oh, please follow up. I cannot wait to see how this goes.
They match energy down there too.
Yeah.
So like, if she's like, if she thought that people were reacting crazy up here, if she starts messing with people's money down there,
Mayor Tiff, we're following you to Dalton. We're following you to Atlanta also. We're gonna keep up with you. Okay.
Oh God, could you imagine we go down to Atlanta and cover Mayor Tiff's election?
Oh yeah,
that'd be fun.
All right, let's
cover
get
her on the pod.
I like Atlanta.
Oh, I'd love
Come
to.
on.
I'd love to have her.
Come on.
Come on, Steve.
We haven't been that hard on her.
We give, we give Steve impossible missions.
Yeah. Go get Mayor Tiff, Steve.
I know. He was texting us last week. You guys were like, "Hey, let's get this guy," and he's got a talent agent.
Yeah,
Ricky Williams,
like 1.5 million YouTube subscribers.
That kid from Valpo.
Yeah.
Who's like, I want to get him on.
I know.
He's locked down.
My
dude.
favorite one is like, "Hey, Steve, could you get Ricky Williams?" Steve's like, "Who's Ricky Williams?" He's a famous NFL player. Gave up everything for weed.
It's
hey,
your
you know
hero.
what? Hey, Steve, can you get
Inspirational.
former President Barack Obama on our podcast, please?
Who knows?
Steve
Maybe before I
will
leave.
try anything.
Steve will try.
Maybe we
anything.
can get the former president on your last episode, Lynn.
Oh,
That would be really nice.
Really, like in celebration.
Actually, I don't.
Lindsay,
bring
I'm wishing you
Michelle.
well.
Bring Michelle.
That was really
I like
good.
to
I like
talk,
that.
but
Thank you.
Michelle is
I do a
that's
good
my
Obama.
girl.
You want to get Michelle on?
All right, let's talk
that'd be
about the
good.
LA Marathon.
This was nuts.
Yes, let's watch the finish
Yes,
real quick.
okay.
And then we've noticed something here on Lockpod that not a lot of people are paying attention to.
There's a new controversy.
It is a new controversy.
So this is 45 seconds of the shoot.
This is what
the
everybody's
finish line.
seeing.
Everyone's
We've all
this.
seen this. It was basically there was a person,
Kenyan.
that's about to win the LA Marathon, and there's an American just jamming right behind him. The Kenyan runner, who's in first place by a good margin, doesn't see him, and basically at the very last second, the American wins.
1/100th of a second. He
USA, USA. That's what they were chanting when he was going. So,
and this is the finish. And the announcer's reaction is great, but here.
Seconds.
Okay, how close is Michael from here? Is he within eyesight from us?
He's in the last. I don't know.
Here he comes.
He looked back.
Here
Yeah, he did.
comes. So let's get right back down to the finish line so we can watch Michael cross the line here. Michael Kamau from Kenya.
Just over 2 hours and 11 minutes on the clock.
Oh, whoa!
Nathan Martin. Nathan Martin.
Nathan! Whoa! Oh my gosh! Wow!
They can't believe it.
the Kenyan's down.
And the American's like,
He is down, like hurt. Like,
yes,
I don't know, like
collapsed.
like total collapse.
Medical attention.
Look at
And the American's
the
like,
American.
dude,
Keep
it's like
playing
the
it, John.
biggest. What's that?
They keep playing it like the American's like, hey, I just won, man. Like, watch this. They put the flag around him.
Oh no!
Dude.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that
he's down.
cameraman, you
Like, look
asshole!
Here's the where's the American? Look at him.
He looks good, dude.
He's like, man, I just won the marathon.
Let's do another one.
He says, like, I think I got him by a little bit. Wow. Put the flag around him.
Wow.
That was awesome, man.
By the way, I was reading, he is a cross-country coach and teacher from Jackson, Michigan.
Wow.
Not
cool,
too far
man.
from here.
No kidding.
He
Isn't
did
that
energy
cool?
conservation.
Steve,
so
let's
he
get
had
that guy.
A little bit less
He did.
towards the end.
He'd be great.
Does Steve just sit here listening to our show, taking notes on the stuff he's supposed to do?
I hope he's in chat.
He's not awake.
I like the account. Wu-Tang is for the children.
Yes, that was the account. I
Wu-Tang
got
kids.
that.
Okay. But like, this is the interesting part of this. So we've all seen the ending. It was a great feel-good story for America, but not without controversy.
Yeah.
Kevin, can you explain what happened here?
Yeah, some footage came out yesterday of it was at right around mile 26 of the marathon. So you've got 0.1, right? A marathon's 26.1 or 2, I think. 2. Yeah. Okay. So you've got about 800 meters or so left. Maybe I'm off on that number, but whatever. You're at mile 26. And at that point, you've got this, what would you call it? Like not the pace car, but like the car that is ahead of the lead person with the timer.
They always have like cops or somebody
like
leading the race
or whatever.
And if you're in the lead, which I've never been, apparently you just follow this car because you're in the lead and you're like, look I'm in first place.
Except at mile 26, they take kind of a hard right, I think because they're not going to go in the chute with the runner.
They can't go in the chute because it's all electronic and it's skinny. So like cars got to get off eventually, right?
And then,
you can't do the 26.2 with you.
Cannot.
So the car does 26.1 and pulls off. And then the runner's supposed to do the last
straight.
0.1 through the finish line.
But as the leader, you're kind of you're not following anybody. You're just like on your own, so you got to kind of know where to go. And maybe he didn't know where to go. But the other interesting thing about this video we're going to see is that a woman like hops in with a Kenyan flag at like right before he comes in, and I don't know if that confuses him.
She jumped in front of him and had the flag unfurled.
Yep.
Which probably blocked his vision.
Could be.
They're like freaking spiking the ball before they even scored the touchdown, right? So she's running in front of him with this flag, and he's like, what the fuck is this lady doing, right? I'm trying to win this race. So, and then while she's got the flag in front of him, the car pulls off the course.
To the right. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
The lady's running like she's going through the chute with him, and the Kenyan runner follows the freaking car.
And goes outside of the gates.
Course. It cost him 10 seconds probably.
We're going to count here. So play it. And then also there's some commentary in the background where people are like, they realize what just happened. So here we go. Car pulls off. Some motorcade.
First male.
They announce him coming through. There's the lady with the flag. He takes a right. Okay, so 1,000, 2 1,000.
Off the course.
3 1,000, 4 1,000.
Yeah,
5
she
1,000.
totally messed
6
him up.
1,000.
6, yeah.
She messed him up.
Oh, dude.
6 seconds at least it cost him.
Yeah. And
at
then
least.
Brutal.
And he lost in a split second.
1/100th. So
that lady screwed him up, man. It was her fault. It wasn't the caravan's fault. They have to get off the course.
Yeah.
Well, how did she get in there? Why
you can just hop right in. She just hopped right in.
She hopped in and unfurled this flag, and she followed the chute down, which you're not supposed to do that.
No.
That's for the people that ran 26.2 miles.
Like
get out of his freaking way,
look at her.
lady.
Look at her. What is she? Look at that.
She's an asshole, man.
What is
she
this?
She freaking screwed that guy.
Play that again right there, John.
Yeah.
She's right in front of him. He runs off the course. She's running down the chute.
And the guy's like, get him over here.
Oh, she messed him up.
Yeah, yes, she did.
Wow.
So, like, nobody really paid
poor
attention
guy.
to that. That lady is Bartman.
Yes, you're right. The Bartman of the LA Marathon.
She is
Find
Bartman.
her.
Yeah.
They will.
They'll find her for sure.
All right. Got the next topic. See, this is nothing but interest.
Just rolling right through these. These are great.
Anybody watch 60 Minutes this week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then this has been a multi-part story over the last about a year. It started with something called the Havana Syndrome, where we had a bunch of diplomats in Cuba that basically get these mysterious symptoms, and they feel like they got shot by a ray gun, basically. It makes them throw up. It makes them disoriented.
This was like a huge conspiracy theory since like the 70s.
Well, it's being confirmed, Linz, because now...
I know. Isn't it crazy? Like all these conspiracy theories are actually like kind of
Well,
true.
this one...
Thank you, Alex Jones.
These...
I will never thank that man for anything.
These diplomats are getting attacked in America in their homes now.
Yeah.
And basically what everybody's saying is these ray guns are as small as a briefcase, basically. And somebody could be just walking down blasting you with this. You would have no idea. But what you do is you fall to the ground, you start throwing up, you become completely disoriented, you're incapacitated for a time being, and then there's lasting symptoms when you're done being shot with the ray gun.
And on 60 Minutes, they talked to a couple of producers. They've been following this for years now. And it says, we now believe there are directed energy weapons that can do this, and we believe that in a subset of the large body of cases, that's what happened. And there's this idea.
It's Russian technology.
Yeah, apparently they're saying that at the end of the Biden administration, the U.S. paid 8 figures to buy through a Russian criminal network, which has been tested at a U.S. military base for more than a year, and that the tests have been on rats and sheep, and they show injuries consistent with Havana Syndrome. So it's like a Russian ray gun.
And so it's $10 million is 8 figures or more. It could be $99 million for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
And basically we bought from the black market, we bought technology that the Russians created that it's noiseless. It doesn't leave any, you can't see it. You can't hear it. It doesn't create heat in the briefcase. It just blasts you with an energy source, and it changes the molecules in your body and the way you react, and you basically just become incapacitated.
Yeah, I was reading something that said, like, somebody described it as the only thing they remember hearing in their brain was like, it sounded like a marble going around a chute and down a hole. That's what it sounded like in their brain, like 4 times. I was like, oh my gosh. And like you've seen, there's descriptions of like people, of diplomats or CIA agents that were like at lunch with their family, and the whole family goes down.
Yep.
And you brought something up yesterday, Tom, that I thought was interesting.
Okay, so if you remember when we invaded and captured Maduro in Venezuela, okay, a lot of the palace guards were interviewed, and they said, I don't know what happened, but we all just went down. Basically, we all started throwing up. We all became incapacitated. We couldn't even fight back. And
Direct energy weapon.
The Americans just ran right past us and got the president. So, and we killed a lot of people during that raid also, but we incapacitated dozens of Venezuelan guards with this ray gun that we're using now also. So
that's what you think.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah,
I remember reading it in the Wall Street Journal. I was like, "What the?"
It didn't hit me then.
Yeah,
until
now,
you brought it up yesterday.
Now after watching 60 Minutes,
yes.
I'm telling you, if you look back at those reports when we captured Maduro, the palace guards described being incapacitated and they didn't know what happened to him.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the 60 Minutes episode, it's really worth watching.
So this is a weapon that the Russians made, and it's in the hands of America now, and we're using it all as
ray
well.
gun, Russian ray gun.
Crazy, man.
Dude, that's nuts, isn't it?
I think you're right, because I remember Trump afterwards even said, like, we have weapons people don't even, like, know.
Yes, he did say something like that. He did say
I think you're right, Tom.
It's probably on the helicopters. They just blast you from the helicopter, and you're just like, boop, you just fall to the ground, start throwing up.
This ain't your grandpa's kind of wars anymore.
Yeah.
It's
and last but not least, we got a good story about ICE. Kevin, could you cover this one?
Sure. This is crazy. So it comes out that there is a fleet, like a large fleet of Mustangs and like SUVs and these Dodge Chargers that are all branded with like ICE, and it says like protect or defend the homeland on the back, and like Homeland Security logos.
They look like a police car, basically.
Look like a police car. A former Trump administration official wasted millions of taxpayer dollars given to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to purchase thousands of employee vehicles that the agency cannot use to arrest people.
I mean, these are the people that hide their face, and they're supposed to drive a vehicle with ICE so you could throw shit at it, right?
Yeah. So ICE has never had marked vehicles. The first person familiar with the purchases said in a phone call. In talking to people, they're like, we don't want to use these. We can't. Despite the growing number of ways ICE employees have sought to protect their identities, ICE's former deputy director, Madison Sheehan, placed a bulk order for vehicles clearly marked with ICE's logo. Now ICE is trying to figure out how to fix her mistake. This is a quote. If leadership would have been consulted, leadership being the executive assistant directors, do you need marked vehicles? The people that actually have done the job on the street would have said, no, we don't need marked vehicles because you're not going to use them. So these are basically need to be redone. I'm sure the government will figure out a way to put something else on it, but they bought thousands
2,500.
2,500
and these
vehicles.
aren't like...
No, they're not.
No, these are $100,000 vehicles.
Your average person cannot even afford one of these.
Correct.
So 2,500
These are
of them.
$100,000.
They're all going to have a brand new paint job.
All part of the big, beautiful bill. Look at that.
Just wasting money.
Dude, it's so stupid.
Well, I mean, the grift, right, John? It's like...
Doge.
Whatever happened to Doge?
Doge
missed this.
Yeah, what a freaking
Maybe
joke.
they put this in after they stopped doing the Doge stuff.
Could you imagine driving one of those around? You'd be getting pelted. I mean, like...
I can't suffer this anymore.
Did you'd
be getting shit.
Yes.
Is that dog shit on my windshield? Yes, it is.
I mean, you think
you
it was
guys
bad?
remember seeing that footage from... You remember that footage from Minneapolis where a bunch of people were hanging out outside of where the cars come out?
Yes.
At the detention center, and they were putting dildos on the cars.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
That was really funny.
You'd have a lot of dildos on this car if you
Yeah,
had parked.
for sure.
And inside.
Yeah,
And a lot of dildos on the inside.
good.
But
Dildos on the outside, dildos on the inside.
Now that's the title of the episode. Dildos on the inside.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Like it's one of those that may come back to haunt us. So.
Yeah.
true. Let's not.
All
use
right,
that.
that's why you pay so much to listen to us. Remember, the best way to help us here on Lockpod, since you don't have to pay, is to like us, to comment about us, to share our feed, to get other fans that are interested. So anyway, Lindsay's only got a few shows left, so
3
make
more
sure
shows.
make sure to tune in for her one season off. Then she'll be back.
Yeah, the hiatus.
Yeah,
We're gonna
miss
call it.
Lindsay a lot.
Do you guys provide childcare? Because if so,
Oh, you bring the baby in here. We'll take care of it. We'll take care of him or
We'll
her.
just put it in Kevin's office. It'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll put it right
Just
here
shut
in the
the
chair
door.
next to me.
a chair.
we'll put the microphone.
Yes. Are you kidding?
It's my
We want that
grandbaby we're
baby in
talking
here.
about. So anyway, thanks, Notorious LMP. It's good to see you, and you're welcome for being your emergency tow truck service.
Thanks,
Love that.
Dad.
Yes, Jay Vez, thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Corinne, awesome segment today. Really solid.
I bought that shirt.
Did you already?
Wow.
Yeah, that was quick. K Chan, good to
Yes.
see you, buddy. I
All right.
appreciate you.
A lot of fun.
Great job, and thanks to the audience. Like I said, like, share,
Thanks, John.
distribute, comment, talk about us. We love you. Appreciate you. And we'll see you on Friday with a guest.
Yes.
We have Matt Money Smith coming on Friday.
What?
Kevin's
yeah,
famous,
he's in
Cooler
town.
brother.
He's a much
Kevin's
cooler.
famous brother.
He's going to be doing the Big Ten tournament, and he said on Friday morning he thinks he can come in and visit with us.
That's
So,
awesome.
Wow.
So, Matt Money on Friday. We'll see you guys then. Take care, everybody. Lockpod's out.